Yeah. How's it going, Orange County? Welcome to a very special, interesting edition of the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, the first and only podcast dedicated to Orange County Soccer Club, its fans and supporters. I'm your host, Ray Zamora, and I'm with you each and every episode as we discuss all things Orange County Soccer Club. Joining me, as we've got Dylan from County Line Coalition. We're trying to make our way down to see to get on the field. Huh? We can't get Dylan on there.
I tried.
Here, no, hold on. Undo your mic. There you go.
Well, I don't know. Hey!
All right, so again, we're here at Championship Soccer Stadium. Orange County Soccer Club has just completed their match against Tijuana, or Club Tijuana. They won 5-1 over the U20 team from Tijuana, Mexico. Dylan, just share some quick thoughts of the match, a recap for our fans that didn't get a chance to see the match.
Well, if you didn't see the match tonight, I don't know if you really missed out on too much. Of course, the score looks pretty great, and we were pretty clinical to the end, but this was a U20 team. So we did take them, and we're pretty handily beating them. We were not very clinical at the end. We had a lot of chances and didn't convert a lot of them, but that's something that's going to come with time. A couple of guys didn't look fit, didn't look comfortable, but as the season goes on, we'll look better.
So if you have a hard time feeling this, I apologize. There's some loud music going on. Again, we've just entered the tunnel area. We're going to try and get a chance or try and get an opportunity to speak with a couple players about how the match went out there today. Again, Orange County just finished the match victorious 5-1. I know there was a couple goals out there by Gio Godoy. There was a goal by Harry Forrester. Who else was out there?
Michael Seaton converted a penalty. Really couldn't tell you.
If you follow our Twitter feeds, you will see who the final score of the match, or the scores there we listed during the match. For a Tuesday night, a free match for the fans, the local fans, there's actually a pretty decent turnout. I would say roughly maybe, what would you say, Dylan, about 1,000 people here or 800 people here?
Yeah, they put a good amount of people for a Tuesday night. It's been cold too, so they did a really good job of that.
So what we're going to do, once we get a chance, I see Michael Seaton's about to make his way back into the locker room here, so we're going to try and stop. I'll let Dylan take care of that one. If you like, Dylan, or do you want me to take it?
No, it's whatever. Let's see what he wants.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, can we do a quick interview with you? Just so you know, we're live right now on YouTube.
Okay.
All right, so look, there's Michael right here. Oh, there he is. Let's move out of the way so people can get back to the room. All right, so Mr. Seaton, first opportunity to get out there in front of the home fans after some delays and some cancellation of matches. How did that go? How did it feel out there on the pitch?
Felt good. Felt like we never left home. At the end of the day, it's still preseason. We're still trying to get the rhythm of things with everybody, especially some new guys coming in, but I felt good.
Awesome. And you got an opportunity, you got a goal in there?
Yeah.
That feel good?
I felt good. And I'm grateful for like Aiden and guys like that, you know what I mean? They allow me to take those opportunities when it comes to boost my confidence, you know what I mean? Vice versa.
So I know last year coming into this team, it was a rather new experience for you. You didn't have really any relationship built up with a lot of these players. You got to go through a season. You got to build up some chemistry with some of these players, and now you're heading into your second season. How are you feeling heading into this season? What are you expecting out of Orange County?
I feel the same. I think we still have the same motivation, same aim, get to where we went last year, but beyond that, you know what I mean? And I think that we're going to adjust some things. So we know the mistakes that we made last season, even though we had a great season, but it was good. Everyone feels like we're back in action, time to get it done.
Awesome. Great job out there. Look forward to some more great matches. That was Michael Seaton, had a great match out there for Orange County. I think Dylan's got Walker Hume with him now. Dylan. But no, you got Michael Seaton. You get Walker Hume now.
So I am, of course, live with Walker Hume. Walker, of course, second year. Well, I guess third year now. Second under contract with the club. But what are you looking for out of this year?
Yeah, obviously another successful season. You know, we really want to build off of last year. You know, we got a couple of new guys, but, you know, we got a good core, 11 or so guys that returning from last year. We know the expectations of this club, and, you know, they work tirelessly to try and bring in, the best players that they can possibly bring in. So, championships is what we're striving for this year.
How well has been gelling with, considering we brought a good core group back? How much easier does that make your preseason?
Yeah, it's a lot easier. We a lot of people know each other, familiar with how they play on the field and how they are off the field. And the new guys that we've signed so far have been gelling with the team pretty well, and they're good guys, and even the trialists have been able to get along with the guys pretty well too. So I think that's helped going forward as far as building our team camaraderie through the season, because it's going to be huge.
And then how far do you think that camaraderie through the season is going to be able to carry us? What do you think the team can do this year?
Yeah, I mean, we can do a lot of good things. I think if we stick together and achieve these goals that we have set for our team as a team, I think a championship is not out of the reach for us.
All right, thanks, Walker.
All right, thanks. Take care.
All right, so that was Walker Hume with Dylan there. Again, this was a pretty decent victory out there for the club. I know this is against a younger team in Mexico, but still a good opportunity for some of these players to get a chance out there on the pitch to try and get ready for the season. Dylan, do you have anything you want to share about the match? Any thoughts on the match?
I just think it's pretty evident that we really haven't had a lot of game time this year so far. We're really lacking that finishing quality that we had all of last year. But I think, as we get more minutes in, this is really the 180th total of 180 minutes of actual preseason play we've gotten because of the rain. We'll see what happens this week, given that there's supposed to be 2 more days of rain this week. But, hopefully by the time we're rolling up to Reno, everything's all sorted out, starting 11's finalized, and everyone's gelling well together and getting nice and clinical.
So yeah, it was another great opportunity for fans to see the team and prepare for next season. I was pretty excited to see some goals there from Gio Godoy. Playing with the second unit sometimes can be a little bit more difficult for a player. You have less quality chances probably in that situation because you're not familiar with some of your teammates out there. And the fact that he was able to get not 1 but 2 goals during that time ended up being a great thing for him. And I'm looking forward to him continuing that super sub role that he played last season with his team, coming off the bench, providing a spark when the team needs it. And I think this game helped show what potentially can come out of that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment, and especially as we move on in the season. Seton generally he'll tend to pick up a few knocks throughout the course of 34 weeks. So, if Gio's there and Gio's fit and Gio's clinical, it helps Michael because he'll need to be on the top of his game to retain his spot. But on top of that, it just gives us that other option. It gives us this fresh legs in the last 20 minutes to really kill teams.
So I know it looks like Gio just finished doing an interview back there with, I believe, media from Mexico. I want to see if we can maybe just get a brief moment with him. Hey, Gio, do you have just a couple seconds? All right, we're live right now, by the way, just so you know. All right, so I'm here with Gio Godoy, 2 goals in the match. How did it feel? Just take us through each of those goals, what you can remember out there.
First goal I can remember, who had it? It was Seb. It was on a quick corner kick, and we just, all I know, I got to be inside the box. As a 9, got to make sure I'm in the box and have. Good thing I was in the right spot at the right time, and I got that easy header.
Awesome, and getting out there, an opportunity to play with some of these younger guys or these guys that are trying to prove themselves to the coaching staff and trying to make their place or trying to get a spot on the team. What has it been like for you to sort of maybe embrace as a leadership role to try and help show these younger guys or these guys that don't have a guaranteed contract what to do to get an opportunity out there?
Well, honestly, it feels good, having to, kind of drag these youngsters who are coming in and trying to get a spot on the team just like I did last year. So, it's good to get out there and know the tactics from season before and just try to get them up to rhythm to what our style is. And then
playing the last match you played against Toronto, it was in a closed door situation there. You finally got a chance to come out here in front of the home fans. Decent turnout, I feel, at the stadium here for a cold Tuesday night preseason.
I didn't expect it either.
How did the fans help motivate or energize the players out there on the pitch if they did?
Honestly, it feels great. It just pumps you up even more. Even like when I score the goals, just hearing everyone cheer, and it just shows they back us up. So we just got to give them what they want and get the wins, even if it is preseason.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Gio.
Thank
Good
you.
job out there. All right. So once again, that's Giovanni Godoy. He scored a couple of goals out there in the match for Orange County. Again, a 5-1 victory over Club Tijuana, the U20 squad for them. But still, it's against an opponent, getting some work out there and getting a chance to play on your pitch in front of your home crowd definitely helps out when you're trying to get ready for a season. Dylan, what you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps us too as fans. My voice obviously sounds just about as well as it normally does after a match when I'm interviewing guys when we're doing a live podcast. Can I mention how weird it is that we're doing a live podcast? And not only can you see me, but Ray keeps walking around.
Well, your camera's off, so no one can see what you're saying, man.
Well, now you can see me. And so Ray's just been walking around, and it's really weird, and I kind of hate it. And it's super zoomed in, so I don't really know what's going on. So I'm just going to turn it back off. So you guys don't need to see my jaw. But I kind of hate everything about this. Besides the fact that we got to watch some soccer in Orange County, that was a home, and on top of that, it was in their stadium as well, in front of a decent crowd. So I think everyone kind of benefits from that one. It seemed like everyone had a good time, even before the goals really started flooding in towards the end of the second half.
Yeah, the fans, the supporters were the ones that showed up to the match. They, were out there. They were chanting for the match. It wasn't a full force County Line Coalition out there. Of course, it's a Tuesday night, cold. People have other stuff going on in their life. It's sometimes difficult, especially when it's a preseason match. But the fans that did show up did do the County Line Coalition crowd. They were loud. They were chanting. They were trying to get some of the other fans to do it. And the good thing to see is it seemed like there was a lot of maybe fans you would look at as maybe more neutral fans that were out in the stands. And it seems like they were having a good time. And it seems like as the game went on, you could hear some of those fans trying to cheer for Orange County and get the home team going. So that's another great thing to see on that is that maybe some of these neutral fans are potentially going to turn into some full-blown fans here at Orange County.
Yeah, I think some of those casual fans are enjoying it. And, it's a good product to watch in the field as well. It's preseason, but we're doing pretty well and playing pretty well. So, there's a lot to look forward to in the season. And I think if these people come and, having seen this product, expect something maybe a little bit more polished, 3-4 months into the season, they'll be in for a good treat. And, if they're vocal, that's what makes the biggest difference here. I think that's what everyone wants as a member of the County Line Coalition. We're always happy to see other fans, other people getting involved and cheering. There's nothing. Hi, Ray. There's nothing, that's wrong with that. And really, it shows that the league's getting a little bit bigger and teams getting a little bit bigger. And that's really what we want out of things.
Well, this is where you can totally tell Dylan just does not like to show his face when we are doing our podcast, because he's throwing the camera off, which is why you're seeing a picture of myself and my son when he's talking, because he's actually holding onto my phone as we do this. I'm holding on to a computer as we walk through an now empty stadium. But the good thing when you look at the stadium, from what we saw, the pictures, I don't know if anyone checked on Facebook when I posted some pictures the other day of some of the puddles that were going on out there. The stadium's looking good as of right now. Doesn't mean it's going to continue to look good, because I know there's more rain in the future. I think starting tomorrow here in Orange County, which, let's face it, we're not used to this, and our fields aren't made for this. So hopefully it doesn't impact the upcoming game this Saturday. We have a scheduled preseason friendly against
University of San Diego,
UCSD, the Toreros.
I got the rolled R. We went over this last week, Ray.
Yeah, I don't roll my R's. The big hope you have, though, when you get into all this, is you want to give this team, or you want to see this team have an opportunity to put in work on the pitch in a game situation. That's the way they're going to get prepared for the season. And hopefully it somehow continues with maybe some luck from Mother Nature and games don't get canceled or continue to get canceled on there. So.
Yeah, if guys are getting fit and they're getting some more competitive minutes in the top of the box little 11v11 scrimmages they're doing in training, this all bodes well. getting that little bit more space in, opens up a little bit more space for runs, which we saw a couple runs that we're just giving up on. Our guys were a little bit slow getting there tonight. And a good amount of them I shouldn't expect to be super fit right now. Harry Forster was looking a little slow tonight, but I guess on Friday he had said that he was running the whole game. So I think we'll probably see it. I'm guessing something similar to a little bit of Michael Seaton late season surge from him as he's fit and starts to fire and really gets into his best form, I think.
So the good thing seeing with Harry Forster, he joined in. He didn't start the second half. He came in probably around the 60th minute of the match. And the good thing to see out of him, at least, is there was some communication going on with him and his teammates. He was definitely speaking with his teammates out there, trying to tell them where to put the ball, where to go and whatnot, which you like to see on a player that's just joined the team. It's not like this is someone that was with the roster last season and sort of has already embraced that leadership role. This is a newcomer that's coming in and being very vocal with his teammates, but not being so in like a rude way or a way that you feel like he's going to alienate some of his teammates. He was just trying to help show them where to play the ball. Again, he was playing in that second unit where you have a lot of players that are on trial, trying to make the final roster and trying to prove themselves. So when you can have someone with the experience like Harry Forster has had around Europe, you really like to see that. And he's not just coming in trying to collect a paycheck. He's not just coming in to, put in a season and maybe audition for somewhere else. It looks like he's coming in and trying to actually embrace a little bit of a leadership role and try to make things or help this team out in their quest of obtaining a ticket to the USL championship match. That's weird to say. The USL Championship Cup.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Realistically, all of them and Braden would not have brought him in FC Wimbledon. He's got that experience. He's got that age. It was built already. So really, we should be looking at it. If he's looking to make the jump to the next level, which he likely is, we're trying to get a spot hopefully with an MLS team. There's been a couple of guys trying to do that in the last few years. That would likely be what we'd see. Someone vocal, someone capable of leading, so that he's showing off that he might not be the strongest guy on the pitch, but he's still there, out there leading and trying to get the best out of everyone else and give the team a lift.
So, we told you heading into this before the match, this is our normal podcast recording night, but because there was this preseason match, we definitely were out here trying to cover the match, and we decided let's try this whole, after the match, we'll just do a live podcast. We will get our phones. We will just do our thing. If there's been any technical issues with this, if you've missed out on anything we've said, I apologize for that. We will definitely try and get this audio and put it onto our podcast for release. This will be our official next episode of the podcast, is what we've done here tonight. The player interviews live. Again, something that Dylan and I have never really done. So this is, I feel like for our first opportunity, our first chance of doing this, it went decently well. But I apologize if there have been any technical issues as you've been listening to this or watching this. I appreciate if you have been watching or listening for doing so.
I think if we do this again, we should probably pick one place just to stand and maybe do it. But, once the season's going, hopefully never having to do this again.
Well, the other option would be to find someone that can be maybe a cameraman, so we're not just sitting here holding phones up to our face, getting with the players. By the way, Dylan, I think, is standing with someone. I don't know if we can get this person on really quick with us for a couple seconds here. Here, come with this camera right here.
Okay.
Yeah, his phone. That's my phone. It's
we're doing video.
Yeah, we're doing video.
Hey.
We are live on YouTube for
I'm a
our podcast.
guy.
You are.
Dang.
You are. So we got
good right there, at least in this light.
For those of you that do not know this face, maybe you're not an Orange County fan, maybe you don't live in the area, you haven't been to a match. This is Blaine over here. He's the head honcho or the king.
He's
of
the
Camelot
dad
Fullerton.
of the CLC.
The what?
The dad.
The granddad, maybe. He's been around long enough.
So we were talking about earlier, how long have you been a fan of Orange County?
This will be my 8th season, I believe.
8th season. So you go back to the Blues.
Yeah, Fullerton days.
days.
We were LA Blues then, but I was always pushing to be Orange County. So don't don't call me LA. That's okay.
Well, the cool thing is, at least with Orange County or OCSC, they actually embraced Orange County as opposed to other Orange County teams that have looked to add the LA name. Really quick, just give us your quick impressions of this preseason match. What did you like out there? What do you think is a need for improvement?
I mean, it's preseason. You know what? Our movement was really good. Obviously, a few mistakes like you're expecting from some of the younger faces. But, you know, it's hard to say because it was a really young Tijuana side. So against them, we moved the ball really well. We held the ball for most of that match. Outside of that, I'm just curious to see how we progress.
And then who would be the man of the match for OC? If you could pick one.
I might have been drinking a little too much. So, you know, that guy wearing orange.
The guy wearing orange. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Blaine.
It's a 5-1 match, so there's a lot of guys that contributed. So
that's Blaine there. We've talked about it. We got to get this guy on our show. He's going to try to make an attempt to come join us at one time for an official episode and join us for a full episode.
I'll talk maybe before having too many beers.
There we go.
That sounds like a good plan. So just look out for something with a sober Blaine.
Yeah.
So that was Blaine, County Line Coalition. Dylan, really quick before we end things up, I know Blaine's going to talk to you really quick here. Do you have an idea of who you'd pick for man of the match, Dylan?
I mean, there's 23, 25 guys featured, I think. 3 goalkeepers, and then I guess 2 sets of 11, basically. And then Harry Forster, of course. Maybe Sebastian Deplay, because he had a really great game. But, I mean, if you're playing 45 minutes, are you really the man of the match? It's preseason. I'm not even going to bother with that until it's competitive.
Oh, come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan.
Yeah, all right. Quinn was amazing. But we also know that he's probably too good to be playing here anyway. So there's no real surprise there.
But again, we have to throw out the name Gio again because he scored 2 of those goals out there. Pretty good out there. So, well, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up with this because, again, this was just something random we decided to do sort of last minute here. Live broadcast from Championship Soccer Stadium. There you go. The stadium in the background. They have emptied it out. Fans have already started heading home. Dylan, really quick, random thought for our listeners on this episode.
Oh, man. I wasn't even thinking about literature at all, so you've really got me on the spot here.
That's what I do.
That one really hurts. Go read some Robert Frost, everyone. He's got the most popular poem, and it is extremely ironic in his thoughts.
Santiago College stuff going on right now.
Yeah, basically. Well, I read that like a year ago, but go read some Robert Frost.
When he was like 5 years old or something.
He was
Wednesday night classes. There you go.
I've got day classes this year. Now everyone knows my schedule. But any more, Blaine?
I guess read Robert Frost. I'll do it, Dylan, because I'll just go with the flow.
All right. So yeah, go read some Robert Frost. He was probably is, though he's passed, one of the greatest American poets. So go get some Frost on, especially with this cold weather that we've been having. It's so topical.
As always, I have no idea who Dylan's talking about as far as who he wants us to read. I've never heard of the name, never read it. So, it is what it is. What do I have to say? My random thought is actually, can I guess be not too random, is fans, you got to come out and support your Orange County team. Again, there was a decent turnout here. I know it was free tickets, but decent turnout for a cold Tuesday night here in Southern California. And, just do it. Come out and support your local team, support local soccer. If you're one of those people that likes to go watch LA Galaxy, LAFC, you have a team right here in your backyard that's pretty competitive in the league they play in.
Yeah, actually support your local team, you trash
Yes.
plastic. I'm just kidding. I won't be this mean to you in real life. Like, come support your local team. It's totally worth it. I might buy you a beer.
Come hang out with County Line Coalition in the stands, chant with us. I've brought people to these matches, and I've brought people that have become returning fans that never even knew this team existed until I told them. So if you are just now hearing about this team very recently, come out to more matches. Again, a great team, great experience, nice local stadium where there's no bad seat in the house. Literally every seat in this house is a great seat. Even if you're on the end line bleachers, it's still an amazing seat because it only goes like 10 rows deep. So you're right there in the action.
And it's super cheap. It's half the price. If you're sitting in the end line, it's half the price. If if you're at StubHub Center or whatever it's called now.
Dignity Health Park or something.
Sports Park. I don't really know. Whatever. Who cares about the Galaxy, right?
And the other great thing is this parking lot behind us, I know, is like the VIP parking lot. I think they're going to charge something for it, but there is free parking just to walk down, like maybe like a couple minutes past these volleyball courts. Oh yeah, so you could come to a match and then you could play beach volleyball. And right now it's 9:15 on a Tuesday night, and there's like 4 full courts of beach volleyball going on. So you can actually come out, watch some soccer, and then get your exercise out there on the beach volleyball courts right after the match. Did I just mess up something or not?
You just cut Blaine out.
Are we challenging Bandidos to a volleyball match?
Blaine, go home.
Coalition versus
Blaine,
Bandidos volleyball.
Well, I will say this, and I don't know if anyone's followed us on Twitter.
And Red Fury. I love you, Red Fury.
OGs,
Red Fury, OG.
This guy's just adding to our fun little bet. No, for those of you that don't follow us on social media, we recently challenged the Phoenix podcast. What is it? Rising as One. We've basically made a bet with them. Whichever team wins the season series on points between OC and Phoenix, they will be allowed to take over the other team's podcast. So if Orange County actually gets more points in the head-to-head matchups against Phoenix, the Orange and Black Soccer Cast will take over the Rising as One podcast, and their fans will have to listen to us. We'll probably get Blaine on that one.
I'll talk about literature for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, we're just going to torture those guys. So make sure you come support your team so they get the victories, especially in those matches, because we do not want Phoenix to win or even draw against us. We want to get all 3 points in both of those matches. Again, so we, the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, can take over the Rising as One podcast at some point. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to end it here. We actually went decently longer than I expected. So
I hear that pretty often.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that for Dylan, for Blaine, who joined us here for a few moments, for the players that were willing to come on and talk with us, and for everyone that listens to us, thank you for listening. This is the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, and we are out.